Hello everyone, in this video we will see how to add validation in form using Formik. If you haven't watched my previous video, I will also link its URL in the description as well as in the card above. So in previous videos we have made this simple form in which we have 3 fields. Right now if we submit this form, we are still able to submit it with the empty values, but we don't want that. We want to add some validation so that if user has not entered any values here, we should not be able to submit this, and we should also see some error beneath these input fields. So let's add validation and let's see how to add it using Formik. So let's create one function. Let's give it name validate. This will do the validation stuff. So this function will accept one object that we get from Formik. As you can see over here in on submit, we get this object from Formik, so you can give it any name. So let's give it name same values, and let's create one errors object which we will return from this validate function after after doing validation. So return it. Okay, so let's write some validation logic. So first we will validate, as you can see we have name, email and address. So let's validate name. So you can write if values dot name. So in the beginning you can write not sign. It means if name field is empty, then we will update errors object. We will set name property to be, let's say, required. You can set any message over here. We will show this message in the UI, and after that we will validate email. So you can write if values dot email, and after that you can write errors dot email required. Okay, so along with validating that whether email is entered or not, we also want to check that after entering email whether it is valid or not. So for that we can have some regular expression to do matching. So you can write else if, and here you can write regular expression. So I've already written this, so I will also explain it, don't worry. So after regular expression you can write dot test function. So dot test function will match your regular expression with the specified string. So you can specify email over here. So you can write values dot email. So what this line means, we want to match this regular expression with this email field. So if it doesn't match, so in the beginning you can write not sign. So if this regular expression doesn't match with the email, we want to set message to be invalid email. Okay, cool. So let me explain this regular expression. So regular expression always starts with this slash sign and also end with slash sign, and inside this slashes we write regular expression. So here as you can see we have written caret sign. This means string should start with this. So our email should always start with this selected portion. So it means any combination of A to Z 0 to 9 dot underscore %, and after that combination you can write @ sign, and after @ we will have any combination of A to Z 0 to 9 dot any number of characters. After that there will be one dot, and after dot we will have A to Z any characters, and those characters will have length 2 to 4, right? Like .com, .in, so that have like at most 4 characters. So this I means case insensitive. So we want to match this regular expression with the string in like insensitive way. Like it can be capital, it can be lowercase, it doesn't matter. Okay, cool. So let's validate our last field, which is values dot address. So if address is not filled, we want to show errors dot address to be required. Okay, let's save it. So we have made the validation function. Now how to provide access to the Formik of this validate function? You can provide one property over here. Its name will be validate, and this validate function, this validate property will contain the validate function that we just created. So you can write validate. Okay, save it, and let's see whether our form is whether validation is working or not. So right now if you try to submit it, you will see we are not able to submit because we haven't filled any values. Let's fill values and let's see. So right now, yeah, we are able to submit the form. That means validations are applied, but still we are not able to see the errors. So let's add some division to see the error. So after every text field we will show one division where we will show the error. So you can write over here Formik dot errors dot name and so you can show over here one span element. Inside that you can write your error Formik.errors.name. Okay, so what this line means, it means that if name is not present, like if we have name error, then we want to show the name error in a span element beneath that text field. Let's also give some color to this span. You can write style color red. Okay, cool. Let's paste this division and paste it in all division, sorry, in all, like after all text field, let's paste this. Similarly, after this text field, let's paste it. Don't forget to change the name, like for every text field name will be different. For this it will be address. Also here it will be address. Similarly, for this text field it will be email. Yeah, now save it and let's see. Okay, refresh it and let's see whether it is working or not. So if you submit it, you will see we are getting required. Okay, one more thing, if you let's say if I haven't filled any values, and if I click outside, yeah, as you can see it is showing required for other fields which I haven't touched. Okay, let's refresh it again. Let me show you like what I'm saying. Let's touch this field and let's touch outside. Okay, it's not happening for this field, but I think it will happen for this first field. Let's touch it and let's touch outside. Yeah, as you can see we are getting error for all the fields. It should not happen. Like it should only happen that, let's say if I have touched this field, then only it should show the error. So for that we can track the touch property. So there is one way to track that property in Formik. So for that you can write this this line on blur. So on blur will give us one property touched by which we can track that. So let's copy it and let's paste it for all the text field so that we will be able to track that touch property. Let's paste this for this text field also. Okay, now you just need to change one line in your error message. So where we were checking that whether name error is present or not, we will also check whether that field is touched or not. Okay, so you can write Formik dot touched dot name. Okay, cool. Let's copy it and let's paste it for all the forms, all the input fields. So you can write here also. Let's change the variable name, it will be email. Let's also paste this here, paste it, right, and so this variable name will be address. Okay, now save it and let's see whether validation is working or not. Okay, refresh it, and as you can see, if we touch here and if we don't fill any value, we are only getting error for that field. So that is cool. Now let's fill some values and now we will be able to submit the form. Okay, let's also check validation here. If you don't fill valid email here, let's fill anything. As you can see, we're getting error invalid email. That means our regular expression is also working. So yeah, in this way you can add validation. So I hope you now understood how to add validation. So yeah, thank you and see you in the next video.